It says I am live. So I didn't have time for a countdown because I'm running late, as always. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Just make sure I have a pen and have my things together here, and I'm good to go. It's been a very, very busy day. I'll get you updated on that. A busy day in the monster world. So we are getting ready for our time in South Dakota. So we're going to be, there we go. Now I'm good to go. All right. So welcome to Monster Monday. Today is the 31st of July. It is a very special day for me because it is my nephew Jace. It is his 19th birthday. I don't typically go into birthdays here, but every now and then one hits on a day that I really want to mention them. So Jace, my man, I call him Baby Jesus because he's got super long hair and he kind of looks like a baby Jesus, except he's really big. But anyhow, I want to wish my man Jace a very happy birthday. I can't believe he's 19 already. It seems like yesterday. It's a problem with kids, they age you so fast. He seems like he should be 8 and he's 19. So he's off to college this fall, the University of Minnesota. So pretty exciting time. So Jace, happy birthday. Let's see. What's up with me? I am busy getting ready for this party in Sturgis. There's a lot to do. It's really like planning a wedding. So we have food, we have a hall, we have a 100-mile ride leading up to it. So it's pretty crazy, but it's all coming together really good. Today I was taking care of some loose ends, getting things tied up for that big party. So that's pretty exciting. And the numbers keep climbing, who's going to be there. So it's really going to be a big hit. We had a meeting last night, which I'm going to get to a little bit later here. Today on my way home, I was out riding around and figured as long as I got travel, I'll do it on a motorcycle. I was coming home and I opened up my mask on my helmet, which I've been nursing that helmet since my crash a year ago. And my shield got ripped off, which made it very hard to use my phone. 10 minutes later, my battery goes dead in my Senna. So I just thought it just meant to have a nice 2-hour ride home and the peace and quiet and just the wind blowing through my helmet. So if anybody is reaching out to me and I stop talking all of a sudden, that's why. And I did find out something that I wanted to show everybody. I found out something I kind of knew already, but this is an absolute amazing product. This is what a wild ass cushion looks like. If you take it out of the case, if you've seen them, this is what they look like. The reason I found out that this is even a better product than I thought is because last year after my wreck, I got a new motorcycle. I put my seat on it from the bike I crashed. Couldn't get comfortable on it. Went to the stock seat. Didn't work for me. Bought a Saddleman. That didn't work. Went to a Mustang. I could get it to work, but I couldn't do anything without this wild ass on. Otherwise, my ass hurt. So I thought, that's just odd. I've put on hundreds of thousands of miles and never had a sore ass, but it just was killing me all year. So I got a Mustang seat, which I've determined to be the best seat out there because it worked for me and I could put my wild ass. I had to get a new office chair because it was uncomfortable and I found myself having to put my wild ass on my office chair. I put it in my truck because my leather seats were not comfortable and my ass kept hurting me. Well, on my way to Texas, I had a revelation that maybe it's not my ass as much or the seats as much as it's my ass. So I got together with my buddy Boost Fighter Hyde out in Texas, and he gave me some tips. I came back to the Flemington Spine Center, told them what my doc had mentioned. They x-rayed me, and sure enough, I have some damage from my accident. Turns out when you go into the rocks at 80 miles an hour, you do a little damage to your hips and your spine. So my hips were a little banged up from blowing the ball joints together, and where the base of my spine connects to my pelvis, it was compressed down, and you should have a gap like the size of my thumb where your sciatic nerve goes through. I am down to 10% of that. So we immediately started treatment on it. I feel a little bit better already. I feel like a little bit of a moron for not realizing that every seat in my house since last August can't be need to be replaced, that it was actually me. So the old saying, if you're going to be dumb, you better be tough. Well, I'm the king of that. I just tough it out, and because I'm a little dumb. So anyhow, I'm happy to get that figured out. I'm happy for have a spine center that can take care of me and work me and get me back into you know into one piece again and doing good. So anyhow, that's me. That's what I got going on. Monster news. Everybody is rallying to get ready for the rally. Everybody's heading out there. We have so many monsters coming from all over the place. Everybody's out doing all kinds of rides, cool stuff, doing monster miles. Honor, I'm going to look to see what day she's at because she just keeps trucking on and she's absolutely amazing. So Honor is on day 212. I believe that's right. 212. That's just crazy. So for 212 days, she's been doing the same thing, riding her scoot every single day. And when we were in Texas, the dealerships that she's been going to have nothing but incredible things to say about her. So Honor, again, my hat's off to you. It might sound like a broken record, but you're incredible. Not only are you just riding your scoot every day, which is hard enough, you're actually out there spreading awareness, banging miles, raising money, all kinds of cool stuff that has really helped us along the way. So nice work and congratulations. Let's see. Other news, Ireland. If anybody has our calendar, you saw Ireland is on for September. That trip is not going to happen. As much as it kills me to not do something we have planned, I could not get that organized in a timely fashion and have it be affordable. We could not get the bikes over there to fit our needs. So it was just became more hassle than it's worth. It could not, if it's going to cost us X amount of dollars, by the time we raise that much just to cover getting our bikes there. And I'm so against just going there, renting a bike and taking a cruise around Ireland. I don't want to have anybody think that I'm out to do a summer cruise. Whatever we do, I want to keep it epic. We do epic shit, and I want to keep it that way. And I did not feel that this trip was going to be epic. And if we did try to do epic, we we're going to be doing it wrong. And that puts the monsters in harm's way. And I couldn't do that either. So I'm not going to go over with Twister and Hopper and myself and put us in a position that we're doing things we just shouldn't do on bikes we were not used to and, the wrong side of the road. So as much as it kills me, we're not going to be able to do that ride. So I'm going to do something else for Elfie this fall. I don't know what, but I'm going to figure out something to do in September for Elfie. So keep your eyes open for that. And let's see. Next, we got the Monster 100. Monster 100 keeps kicking ass. It's absolutely amazing. We're at $154,000, and I've said it in countless posts that it goes above and beyond. Our goal was to get Drew a van. Yes, that is happening. We're getting the van. That's awesome. We're able to do so much more because of the extra money we've raised. We're helping Turbo get a show, everything he needs to get this kicked off. Funding Gavin's ride around Texas. There's so many things that we're doing, things that we don't even talk about that are being done, things that are being shipped to the kids, being shipped, just needs that they have. So there's things I can't share everything. Some of it's like just kind of small, but without these funds, we can't do it. So it's big to them. And some things, just don't talk about everything that goes on with the kids. But trust me, they are very appreciative with everything. So it's really, really awesome. I can't wait to get out to Sturgis. We're getting the Monster Bash for the 11th all set up. So if you've seen the flyer, spread that. That is open to anybody who wants to come and support what we do. We're going to accept donations at the door to get in. We got some really cool special bracelets marking the occasion. The hotel, we're going to make that really cool for the kids. I have their suitcase came. This is the suitcase I talked about a month ago. And this was the idea to fill this with things for the boys. Well, I think they're going to be over full. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get everything in it. So we'll see how that goes. But they expand a little bit, so we'll have to expand it. But this was one of the things we got. I was turned on to these from Turbo because these are DMD friendly, meaning they're lightweight. You can use 2 hands if you want, any way you want to do it, but they're light and the kids can use them. So they don't like Nerf guns. There's a lot of, loading them. This, you just load this part up with the water gel pellets, which are super easy to make. And then you turn it on and you just pull this trigger is all, and you shoot people with it. And they have 2 barrels, one that's regular and one for sissies. I'm going to throw the sissy barrel away because I shot myself with this point blank right in the arm, and it doesn't hurt that bad. So they do come with safety glasses. Nobody's going to lose an eye. We're going to have some fun contests. We're going to have some volunteer monsters, be some volunteer targets for these kids, and they're going to have a good time with it. So I'm really looking forward to that. But we got things like this are going to be filled in their suitcase. This is just one example I don't want to give away, but I did make a video of this, so I figure they can see this. But we have some other things in there that are really going to be cool. So looking forward to that. I don't want to miss anything on this comments. So we're good. All right. And Nicole says it hurts. Well, I did shoot Amy in the butt yesterday from a little ways away, and she jumped a bit. So maybe it stings a little bit. I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure that most people are going to know if this hurts or not by the end of the week, because not only do the kids have these, we got some extras for some of the siblings, and we might have 1 or 2 extras for some monsters that may or may not like to drink Jack Daniels. So I don't know what to tell you. But on Thursday night at a campground, people may or may not find out what this is like. So anyhow, that's that. Moving on. Let's see. The gear, we're going to have some gear there. We're going to have t-shirts that I had made are going to be at the party. We have a Chinese auction. Mandy's collecting things. I'm collecting things. Stay tuned for that. Next week, we're going to put out everything that we have on a list so people kind of get pumped up. Maybe even this week if we get it together. But we're going to have that together. I have some rider shirts, like the one behind me over there, the official rider shirts. I had ordered some extras to fill up an order, so I'm going to bring those. So anybody that did not get one, or anybody that would like to buy another one, we'll have those available. We have coins, the birthday coins. They're going to be out there. Anybody who's done a birthday fundraiser, we have all kinds of stuff. Gavin will have his coins there for sale. Turbo will have his coins there for sale. The the ones that aren't numbered. So there's going to be plenty of opportunity for people to open their wallets. So it'll be awesome. And we have some gifts to give out to people, but that party is going to be about the boys and about the Monster 100 riders, putting some people up on a pedestal and all of the boys. So we're going to bring the kids in one at a time and give them a proper announcement to come in and introduce the world to these boys one by one. So it's going to be pretty exciting. So if you can get out there, and if you're out in the Sturgis area, tell everybody about it. I made up some flyers. I'll have those with me in Sturgis. If anybody needs any, just hit me up. I'll give them to you. When you're out riding before the event, just leave them at a bar, leave them wherever, and let people know what we got going on. Because there's a lot of people who want to go to this. They just don't understand where, when, they kind of get lost in all of it. So that's pretty cool. And I'm going to be leaving a bunch at Legend Suspensions. I will be out there on Tuesday doing a guest appearance. So if anyone is in the area, I would love to see you out there. If you can stop by and say hi, talk long distance riding, talk riding in general, talk about the boys, whatever people want to talk about. I'm scheduled for 2 hours, but I love Legend Suspension. I hang out. I'm going to be there early and I'm going to stay late. 2 hours is what they schedule because they don't want people to feel overwhelmed with having to spend the afternoon for their riders to come in. So me, I'm just killing time and I'm going to stay a little longer. So it'd be cool to see everybody. That would be pretty awesome. And the last thing is the finish line. Before we get to the bash, we will have a finish line, and the last 100. That is going to take place at the hotel. If you look at the flyer, It's going to be in the, what would that be? The north parking lot. We'll have that set up ahead of time. We'll have the details out on Facebook, exactly where it's going to be. Just look for banners, things like that, if you're wondering. But when we do this ride, just so everybody's on the same page, we are going to have the boys ride with somebody. I will have a boy with me. Hopper's going to have a boy with him. Big Daddy is going to have one of the heroes with him. Drew is not going to be riding along. Turbo is going to be riding along in a sidecar. So we're figuring out the logistics of it, but the actual last 100 miles, we are taking anybody that wants to go, and we are going 50 miles out and 50 miles back. It's going to be a simple ride. This is not a sightseeing adventure. We had a meeting last night, and I was telling people the most dangerous time to ride a motorcycle is when you're riding in a group like that. So we are not going to put these kids in any harm's way, and I don't want any riders to have anything happen to them this last 100 miles. This last 100 miles is symbolic, and it's cool. It's not meant to be anything challenging, anything like that. This is all about riding 100 miles in the Monster 100. We have special coins for anyone who joins us the last 100. So if you're riding on day 100, you will get a special coin. So that's kind of cool. We got really nice rider coins we'll be bringing to Sturgis to have. The riders who rode on Team Honor, Team Respect all have a coin for their day. Anybody that rode with them on their day and raised money, we have a coin for you. Anybody that rides on day 100, I believe we have 50, it's either 50, I think it's 50 coins for day 100. So if you're going to be there, be in the top 50. If there ends up being 100 people there, then you might be out of luck. But there is 50 coins for anybody that rides in that 100. So that's pretty awesome. But we're going to put the kids out front. Then we're going to have a little gap, a couple cars, and then all of the motorcycles to follow along. I don't want a slinky effect and have anything happen to these kids. So that, when I talk about it, and sometimes I'm very firm and I'm very strict on how I do things, I might sound like a dick, like with Gavin's ride. It's not because I want to be a dick or I don't appreciate anybody showing up. I only have the kids' best interest in mind. That's it. That's the only reason I want to do it like I'm going to do it. And that's why I'm so strict about it, because I've spent my life around motorcycles, and I've spent a lot of time in group riding, a lot of time, and I've seen bad things happen to really, really, really good riders who you would never think that would happen. You put it in a group, things happen, and that's the scariest time. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. And we're going to come back to the finish line at Black Hills Harley. I am working with Craig. When I get out to Sturgis, we're going to have it dialed in, but we want to have the finish line right at the Wild Ass booth. So that is the goal. I'll work with Harley out there, make sure that happens the best we can, but stay tuned. But otherwise, Hopper is going to be well aware of what we're doing. So, if you're on the ride, you have to follow him. But if you're not going on the ride, you want to be at Black Hills Harley, roughly 5 o'clock at the latest. We want to be back there because we're going to hang out there, do the finish line, get some pictures, hang out there for like an hour or so. And then we're going over to the Best Western and start everything, because we have a dinner. We have food, get to that, food and drinks, and then we're going to have a presentation and, showcase the boys and really have a good time with it. So pretty awesome stuff. I'll just blast through the rest of this. That's the big thing. Everybody's getting ready for this. That's what the kids are doing. That's what the monsters are doing. That's all I'm doing. Since I've been home from the Goats tour, is just to get ready for this ride. So, yes, Craig, I definitely will have a coin there for you. That's awesome. Brandon, you want to know if I have a 2X Team Respect? I believe I do. There was a couple of the big ones I had, a couple big shirts. I think there is a 2X, so I will check that if there is. So that's pretty cool. Turbo Time. I want to give a big shout out to Turbo, because he's really killing it. If you guys are getting a chance to watch Turbo Time, he's just blasting through it. And it seems like every episode he gets a little bit better, a little more comfortable with his own way of doing things. And that's what I've just tried to encourage him to do, is just be himself, and he'll be just fine. But the Turbo Time it's really catching on, and it's really going to be a big thing. It's just one of those things that you got to build on it, and he's building every week. But tomorrow, you definitely want to watch Turbo Time, 5 p.m. out west. So whatever time that is for you, figure that out and try your best to be watching tomorrow, because Turbo is going to have a guest. I was just texting him before our show. It's going to be awesome. So anybody that wants to watch that really or is interested in it, you're really going to want to catch Turbo Time tomorrow. So watch Turbo Time tomorrow, and everything I'm saying right now will make much more sense. So that's pretty cool. He is killing it. All the kids are getting ready to travel to Sturgis. They're all getting packing up, getting ready. Flights arranged, rental cars, trips across the country, trips overseas. The boys from Ireland are flying to Dallas. From Dallas, they're flying to Rapid City. They're hanging out Wednesday. They get there, I think, at night, if I remember right. And then they'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They start the trip home. So it's a relatively quick trip for the ones coming from Ireland. Turbo is going to be there until Monday. Everybody else leaves on Sunday. So I think that's the scenario of it. But they're all getting ready to go. They're all interested in riding the motorcycles on the 100. So that's pretty good. Sorry, I'm just looking at some of the things. There's a Facebook event to mark you are going to help with the food count. Thank you, Twister. If anybody can go on our Facebook event and just hit that you're going to attend the party or not, then it does help me get a count. I think they go over 3% or something, but I'm going to add a bunch to it. So if there's anybody that wants to go, by all means, show up. If you don't click you're going, and it comes Friday, it's the 11th, don't feel that you didn't click I'm going to the monster event, you can't go. By all means, show up. There's a cash bar. We will find a way to feed everybody. I don't care if I have to order pizzas after the food runs out. So I want everybody, and we're going to overshoot the numbers anyhow, just to make sure we have enough food. So if there's anybody, don't think for a minute you're not welcome, or any of your friends. We're literally going to hang flyers up around Sturgis. So there could be 100 extra people there that, kind of half-ass know what we got going on. So that's pretty good. But all the kids are excited. They're all traveling. They're all ready. The only other thing we're going to have going on is, if anybody noticed during the goat's ride, the goat has mad crazy hair. He's been growing that out. Well, he is done with that. He is done with his hair, and it's all fun and games till your hair gets so long that it turns into a pain in the ass, because I know that very well. I had to go over 2 years with that hair. So Gavin said I could cut his hair if we raise $513. And I thought that was kind of funny, because he cut my hair and chopped the shit out of it when we were raising money for his event this past winter. So for $500, I'll donate the $500 just so I can take a scissors and chop that hair. But we're going to do that at the party. We're going to pass the hat with the scissors in it. And if we raise $513 magically, Gavin will be getting a haircut at the party up on the stage in front of everybody. So that is going to be really, really, really cool. So I'm really excited for that whole event. And when my little man thinks of an idea like that, and get ready for my dog to start barking, because I just saw my wife pull in, and my lazy pit bull is here, but he's going to hear Mama here in a second. It's going to get really loud. But anyhow, I think it's really cool that Gavin comes up with an idea to do a fundraiser, and it's really, really pretty awesome. And we had the fundraiser for his trip around Texas and raised over $8,000. So that was just super, super badass. I want to thank everybody again for that. And when I think back of that ride, and I look at a shirt like this was Gavin's shirt that ended up in my dirty clothes. But when I think of this shirt right here, I am the GOAT, and this tour is for me, 2023. I mean, that just pulls at my heartstrings, because it was so epic. And now that it's over, and I realize, what we did and what he had to go through 8 days of that is just beyond crazy. So to anybody and everybody who donated to his ride, man, I thank you. It was really cool. Again, Jason and Chase for all the pictures, and the Hopper took a lot of pictures, and Twister took pictures. We've all been uploading them to a site for Jason, and we're going to get this turned into a documentary. I really think it's going to be pretty special. So this shirt, I told Gavin I was going to give him all his clothes back, but Gavin, if you're watching this, I'm going to keep this shirt because on my ceiling here, I have shirts from every ride I've ever done. So I know the light's a little bright because I wasn't planning on this, but every ride I've kept one shirt. I have my Race Against Time, every Hokahay. So it's pretty cool. My trip to Ireland. I even have my hospital gown up there from Idaho. So I'm going to take one of them down. Probably, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but this is definitely going up. This is one of my most prized possessions right here is this shirt. So he's got a couple other ones. There might be some things coming up with this shirt, with a shirt just like this, because he had 4, just like we did. So there's going to be some other ones. So it's pretty cool. And I can't, begin to thank everybody proper. And I can't just get over how actual cool this whole trip was, and that Gavin could make it through it. So many people thought a boy with DMD could never survive 8 days in 108-degree weather. Just happened to be the hottest week of the year in Texas. So it was just cool, man. I could go on and on and on about it, but it's pretty awesome. And going right from that to this Monster 100, man, I tell everybody this supporting the kids, the DMD ride is a roller coaster. We have super highs, and then there's crazy lows, and there's some time in the middle. And right now we're on crazy highs. So I want to do everything I can to keep this at the crazy highs. We have Gavin's tour. We have the Monster 100, all these last riders riding out the last 10, 12 days of this ride. Keep promoting it. Keep doing what you do. Mad crazy respect for all of you who stepped up and did this. So thank you. It's really cool. So everybody doing that, let's keep the roller coaster climbing to a new high, and we'll get Hopper to lead that last, to do his 1,000 miles, but to do his last 100 miles from that hotel is going to be just next level. So that's going to be epic, and have this finish line at Wild Ass, our biggest supporter, ones who've been in our corner since day one, before Mile Monsters was Mile Monsters. Wild Ass was in our corner helping us do what we do. So I thank those guys so much. I just love them. They're all family. So there's a lot of businesses that support us or reach out, but that's a different relationship. These guys are literally family. So it's just a little bit different. So anyhow, I thank everybody. I'm really looking forward to this. To the boys, we'll have one more Monster Monday next Monday, before you get on a plane. So I'm just going to be in Sturgis. That's going to be live. I'm going to try to do it from the Monster Monday from one of Wild Ass's booths. I'm just going to bring my laptop and fire something up and do a quick Monster Monday. So anybody wants to get together with it, we'll do that. And be sure to watch Turbo Time tomorrow night at 5 o'clock Pacific. Whatever time that is for you, make sure that you are watching it, because it is going to be epic. Turbo continues to kill it, but tomorrow he's going to hit a home run. So I'm really looking forward to it. Turbo, I love you, man. To all the boys, I love you guys. I can't wait for this event. I can't wait to put you up on a stage and have people cheer you on, because you are these monsters' heroes, and you do an awesome job. With that, I'm going to let you go because my dog is going crazy because my wife just walked in. So peace.